quite cold. It's rather early, but you know, let's get started. First I need to dress myself and make myself look pretty swag, you know. Alright guys, it's time for my first consumption of the day, which is going to be... Thought that looked much cooler in my head. Yeah. Provision secured. I'm about to go to the gym, so I'm gonna have a Rice Krispie treat and a Gatorade. First I'm going carbs before working out so I can get big and strong. Yes. We're gonna hit a chest and back day today, and I'm gonna go pick up JD to go lifting. Gym. You know, like extendo.
Extendo click.
Exactly. Alright y'all, I just got home. Look at the cat. It's a cat. I'm gonna hop in the shower and holy she-ball. I'm gonna hop in the shower and then make my first meal. Love you, bye. While those potatoes are cooking, let's get started on the egg whites. We're gonna do 7 servings of egg whites, which is 322 grams. Yeah, it's a lot of egg whites. Scale wasn't on. She-ball. I'll just pour them back on. And then turn on the scale, and then alright, 322 grams of egg whites, milliliters, I guess. Wait, no. Why is it in grams? It's a liquid, no? Never mind. I bet. I'm just being weird. Or 7 servings. This is gonna start cooking. The potatoes already baking in the thingy. And yeah, they'll be done pretty soon. It seems like the egg whites are almost done, so I'm going to egg white them up. That didn't make any sense. Guys, I had a very poor flip. I'm so sorry. It's gonna look like a pile of poo now. Probably another minute on the egg whites, 2 or 3 minutes on the potatoes. I never actually know when they're done. I kind of just look at them and then like, oh, maybe it's an egg ready, okay. Yeah, so I'll take those out in a few. And then I'll tell you the calories and the macros and the... These are done here. I'm trying to make this look as appetizing as possible. And then what I'm gonna do is add 40 grams, no, lighter, 14 grams of reduced fat Mexican cheese. Guys, I promise I can do the omelet flip much better. I just threw a little bit. I just didn't do it so well today, but I can do it better, I promise. And then 1 serving of salsa pico de gallo, just for some pizzazz. And then I think it's about time for the potatoes. I want that sugar rush. Wow. Look at how insane those look. Those look kind of fire. Alright, bros and broettes. This is breakfast right here. We got 375 grams of potatoes, 322 grams of egg whites, 14 grams of reduced fat cheese, and 33 grams of pico de gallo or salsa. And it looks kind of banger. And to be honest, this is the meal in my day that fills me up the most. So I'm gonna eat because I'm starving, because instead of eating right after going to the gym, I ended up playing League of Legends and watching co-streams. So it's been a couple hours since the gym. Gotta eat. With this meal, we're also looking at 68 grams of carbs, 3 grams of fat, and 46 grams of protein, and we're coming in at exactly 500 calories. So pretty good start to the day, and I'm gonna eat.
Alright guys, it is about time for meal number 2, and it's gonna get a little freaky. I'm not gonna lie, this one is a little interesting. And it's straight ingenuity. Ingenuity? It's something. Let's get right to it.
First, I'm going to start boiling some water for my amazing meal. What we need for this meal is some chicken breast and some thick spaghetti. That's pretty much most of it. Let's get this chicken seasoned. Typically, what I'll do is I'll cook all my meals for the day at the same time, but for the purpose of the video, and since I'm recording, I'm just gonna do it at different times. This just saves so much time in terms of cleaning, and I can do multiple things at the same time. So I normally do it, but show all the steps and the processes and things. Now I'm just rambling. What I am gonna do though is I'm going to cook all my chicken at the same time, because 2 of my meals today require chicken and it doesn't make sense to cook it at 2 separate times. So I'm going to be half chicken. For this specific meal though, we are going to have 8 grams of chicken breast, and I'll make sure it's the breast and boneless and the skinless and 0 fat. The low-fat diet for me is okay, because when it comes down to actual lean muscle mass retention, fats are not going to be nearly as important as carbs for sustaining a muscle mass on a cut. Mood might be cooked, hunger might be cooked, mental state might be completely fried, but as far as keeping the muscle that I have, the carbohydrates are going to be better than fats a billion trillion % of the time. Alright, now I'm just going to wait for the pasta to boil, and then as soon as the pasta starts boiling, I'll throw the chicken on so that everything kind of finishes at the same time, because that's annoying when things are not done and then they get cold and then it's like a mess, and then something's cold and then something's not cold and it's like warm, but then it's like, wow, warm. Huh? This here is more than 8 grams of chicken breast. However, this is the total amount of chicken I'm having for the day. So this is this meal's chicken and next meal's chicken, and then I'm just gonna eyeball it after it's cooked. It doesn't make sense. And then let's get our pasta in there. Mayo some mustard, no kingdom. As far as the pasta goes, we are going to have 70 grams of some spaghetti. I heard to put the pasta in without breaking it, because that's like the Italian way to do it or something, and breaking pasta is like a sin or like punishable by death or something. I don't know. 70 grams of spaghetti going in the boiling water. And now we wait, guys. Now we just wait. Chicken is looking quite good, I'm not gonna lie. Nice golden brown. I don't know if you can see that, but chicken down, and the remainder in the Tupperware. In the same pan that the chicken was cooking in, we're just gonna add 85 grams of frozen peppers and onions. It's a blend from Walmart. Ooh. And then we're gonna get this cooking. 4 minutes left on the pasta still. Guys, trust me, it'll all come together. Roast. The onions and peppers have just come off, and now it's time for the important part. We're going to be using soy sauce, some rice vinegar, and some chili garlic sauce. First up, the low sodium soy sauce is going to be 30 milliliters. Oh, and the timer for the pasta. Great timing. Followed by 15 milliliters of rice vinegar and 10 grams of chili garlic sauce. Uh-oh, that was way more than 10. Unlucky. 7 grams of chili garlic sauce just went into oblivion. Noodles are ready. I just want this to cook down a little bit, and then I'm going to start mixing everything in. Chicken's going back in. I keep calling it noodles, but it's spaghetti, but I'm calling it noodles. I'm sure in some way this is like kind of blasphemous, but it's okay. Alright, it's all done. Let's plate. Alright peeps, this is meal number 3 right here. It's pretty solid. Comes in at 505 calories, 60 grams of carbs, 4 grams of fat, and 60 grams of protein. I feel like this is also a decent size, a decent amount of food, and it keeps me full for a while. Yeah. Okay. Guys, I'm having my second meal right now, but I forgot to take my creatine with the first one, so I'm just gonna take it now. Just creatine monohydrate, guys. Nothing crazy. Bye. Alright guys, it's time for meal 3, and it's the quickest and easiest one of the day. There's actually no cooking involved, and it's just assembly pretty much, which is quite nice, honestly. So let's get to it. Alright, so my friends, you can tell by now, we're making a salad. It's gonna be literally just lettuce, cucumbers, some sugar-free dressing. These two are so OP actually. This one's balsamic vinaigrette, this one's buttermilk ranch. 5 calories, 10 calories. So sometimes I'm 10 calories, different in the day, but yeah, who cares? I don't know what I want today though. I'll go with the buttermilk ranch for today. But yeah, let's just make a salad. We're gonna take that chicken we had from earlier, as well as 135 grams of lettuce. My sopping wet ball. I don't know why, but my mom always told me to put a wet paper towel in the lettuce bag after you're done with it for that time. Don't know the reason to this day, but I still do it. And then we're also gonna do 100 grams of cucumber. I'll consider that a dub. And we're stored nice and safely. Actually, I'm going to transfer this over to a plate because I feel like that would make it look better. And I'm going to add 7 grams of real, some bacon bits. Nice. Then take the chicken from earlier. It should be about 6 grams, or 6 ounces of chicken breast, also boneless, skinless, but as you know from before, it's potentially slightly more, slightly less. And then finally, of course, the dressing. And we are going to do 60 milliliters of it. There it is. That's the entire meal. It's pretty quick and easy, actually. But that looks pretty solid, no? This is the final meal, and it comes out to 255 calories, 18 grams of carbs, 5 grams of fat, and 41 grams of protein. And honestly, for 255 calories, this is pretty good for me. I'm quite content with this. Sauce clutches so hard. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this.
2 hours later.
It's time for the 4th and final meal today, and it's gonna be pork and rice and some vegetables. So I'm gonna get started on the vegetables because I'm gonna roast them and throw them in the oven, toaster oven, so that they can get roasted while I'm cooking the rest. I got a giant bag of broccoli. We are gonna be doing 2 servings or 170 grams of big broccoli florets. And I realized that I don't have too much prepared, which means that I have to cut some up. And then just throw it in the pan and let it cook. Your rice is done, pork is cooking, and what I'm gonna do now to give a little extra flavor to this broccoli is I'm gonna take some hot sauce, throw it on top. Guys, this is low-key a lot of hot sauce, but it's essentially it's 0 calories, but I know if you use too much, then it becomes not 0 calories, but I'm still calling it 0 calories. And then I'll just throw it around, and then throw it back in the toaster oven to bake a little more, and it's gonna taste so good. And finally, I'm gonna top it all off with some sugar-free G. Hughes Polynesian sauce, 1 serving. So good. Which is 34 milliliters. Trying to make it look as pretty as possible. It's also cold sauce, but I don't really care. But that's it, guys. That's the entire meal. This is what we got, guys. Final meal of the day, and it kind of looks like a banger. It is 85 grams white basmati rice, 10 ounces of pork, 170 grams of broccoli, and 34 grams of G. Hughes sugar-free Polynesian sauce, and it looks sick. So yes, guys, that is all I'm eating for today. Oh, so yeah, this is gonna be my last meal for today, which brings my total to just shy of 2,100 calories, but we're gonna call it 2,100. 265 grams of carbs, 20 grams of fat, which I know is on the extreme low end, but like I said before, okay. And then 219 grams of protein. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Hopefully, maybe, potentially you got something out of it, something you want to try on your own, or anything like that. So thank you again, and I love you. Goodbye.